When God prepares a leader in silence, faith, prayer, patience, calling, obedience, and spiritual awakening. A new chapter in Israel's history. The book of Samuel begins during a time of transition. The period of the judges was ending. Israel was struggling spiritually. Many people had lost direction. The priests were becoming corrupt. The nation needed leadership. But before God changes a nation, he often begins by changing a person. And before he raises a king, he first raises a prophet. That prophet would be Samuel. Yet Samuel's story begins long before he was born. It begins with a woman named Hannah, the family of Elkanah. Elkanah had two wives, Hannah and Peninnah. Peninnah had children. Hannah did not. Year after year, Hannah carried the pain of infertility. In that culture, childlessness often brought shame and sorrow. Many people could see her smile, but not her tears. Many people carry invisible struggles. Some struggle with loneliness, financial hardship, health problems, family issues, emotional pain. Not every battle is visible. Sometimes the strongest people are quietly carrying the heaviest burdens. Never assume someone's life is easy simply because they appear strong. Hannah's prayer, when pain becomes a prayer. One day, Hannah enters the sanctuary. She is broken. She pours out her soul before God. Not a formal speech, not a religious performance, just honesty. She promises that if she receives a son, she will dedicate him to God's service. Eli the priest initially misunderstands her, but eventually he blesses her. Some prayers are born from comfort. Others are born from desperation. The deepest prayers often come from the deepest struggles. Hannah teaches us, pain can make us bitter, or pain can make us deeper. The choice matters. The birth of Samuel. The answer arrives. In time, Hannah gives birth. She names the child Samuel. His name reflects being heard by God. Samuel was not simply a child, he was an answer. A reminder that difficult seasons do not always last forever. Answers do not always arrive according to our schedule. But delayed does not necessarily mean denied. Many people quit hoping too soon. Samuel reminds us that patience often works alongside faith. Hannah's song of gratitude, thankfulness after the blessing. After receiving her answer, Hannah sings. This song becomes one of the most beautiful prayers in Scripture. She does not focus only on the gift. She focuses on gratitude. She praises God for lifting the humble and helping the weak. Many people pray when they need help. Fewer remember gratitude after the answer arrives. Gratitude protects the heart from pride. Never become so focused on the next blessing that you forget today's blessing. Eli's sons. When position replaces character. Eli's sons served as priests. They held important positions, but they abused their authority. They used sacred responsibilities for personal gain. They had titles, but they lacked character. Position does not equal integrity. A title cannot replace character. Leadership without integrity eventually harms everyone. Whether in business, family, ministry, or government, character matters more than status. The service of Samuel, growing before leading. While corruption grew around him, Samuel quietly served. He learned. He listened, he matured. No spotlight, no fame, just faithful service. Preparation often happens in obscurity. Many people want influence before growth, but lasting leadership is usually built privately before it becomes visible publicly. Do not despise seasons of preparation. They often determine future impact. The calling of Samuel, speak, for your servant is listening. One night, Samuel hears a voice. He thinks Eli is calling him. This happens several times. Eventually, Eli realizes God is speaking. Samuel responds, "Speak, for your servant is listening." This becomes one of the most important moments in the Bible. Many people ask, is God speaking? Perhaps a better question is, am I listening? The world is full of noise. Listening has become rare. Wisdom often begins when we slow down enough to hear. The capture of the ark, when symbols replace relationship. Israel goes into battle. Instead of seeking true spiritual renewal, they bring the Ark of the Covenant as if it were a lucky charm. The Philistines defeat them. The Ark is captured. Why? Because sacred objects cannot replace genuine faith. People sometimes trust symbols more than substance. They trust appearances more than transformation. But no symbol can replace a sincere relationship with God. Real faith is not about rituals alone. It is about character, obedience, humility, and truth. What Samuel, Part 1, teaches us today: invisible pain is still real pain. Honest prayer has value. Difficult seasons do not last forever. Gratitude protects the heart. Character matters more than position. Preparation comes before influence. Listening is essential for wisdom. Symbols cannot replace genuine faith. Final reflection. What is God preparing in the quiet seasons? The book of Samuel begins not with a king, but with a prayer. Not with power, but with pain. Not with a battlefield, but with a faithful woman crying quietly before God. And perhaps that is the deepest lesson. The greatest changes often begin in places nobody notices. Hannah's tears prepared Samuel. Samuel prepared Israel. And Israel's future would never be the same. Maybe the question for us today is, what if the season you are living right now is not a delay, but a preparation? Because some of the most important work in life happens before anyone sees the results. And often, God prepares leaders in silence before revealing them to the world.